What is going on, CrossFit Queen Creek? Here we are. Times are weird. Times are a little bit crazy. The gym's all shut down, so we're coming to you from our makeshift garage gym. Coach Rob here. I'm going to be bringing you videos on a daily basis. I'm going to go through and record the video on instruction. We'll go over athlete goals, stimulus of the workout, equipment needed for the workouts, and our scaling options in the workout. We'll also go through warm-ups. I'll go through each individual different movement, just as if we were in class. Only difference is you're going to be watching this. You're going to have a couple of options, actually. I'm going to post this onto the Facebook page for the gym, and I've also created a YouTube channel for my team. And if anybody else that doesn't have Facebook out there needs the YouTube channel is going to be CF Coach Rob, and that's on YouTube. If you comment or send me a text message, either way, I'll send you a link. We'll get you logged in. But a couple of things that I want to bring up first before we really get going is thank you very much for enduring this with us and being so patient so that we could get this online programming going for you guys. We very much appreciate your patience, and we're very excited to get this going. So first thing I'd like to bring up is there is an app that I would like everybody to download onto their phones. So I'm going to show it to you. It is a WOD timer. It is one of the best timers that I've found so far, and it is called the Smart WOD Timer. If you have an iPhone, you can go to the App Store. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store, and this is what the app looks like right here, if you see that. Once you click that open and you download it from the store, you're gonna have all these different options, which is really nice. And as we go through the different workouts, I'm gonna be using this timer right here, and I'll go through and I'll show you exactly how to set it up for each individual workout. So that being said, make sure you get that downloaded. Let's go ahead and let's get started going through what's going on today. Today, the workout that we have in store for you, got a couple of different workouts here. First one we have here, we're gonna go through an AMRAP, okay? It's a 15-minute AMRAP, and we're gonna be counting rounds and reps. So let's talk about this here just for a second. We've got a couple of goals here in mind for this particular workout. One, these are very basic movements, so I want you to take this opportunity to really work on form. I want to focus on form and technique and make that the absolute most important portion of this workout. Followed, because we're focusing on form and they are simple movements, it's low rep counts, so we want to go at a fast pace. All right, we want to keep moving. The stimulus, we want to get increased heart rate, clean movements, keep moving fast. For our average athletes, I'm expecting 8 to 10 rounds of this AMRAP, and for our fitter athletes and coaches, I'm expecting 12 to 14 rounds when I look at this workout. So in the workout for 15 minutes, we're doing body weight. We've got a little asterisk here. That means that we can scale it up if we see fit to do so. We'll talk about that here momentarily. But we're starting with 20 reverse lunges on each leg, okay? So with a reverse lunge, we're standing in place, just in a normal stance, feet underneath the hips. As we come back and we step back, a couple of key points that we're looking for. We want to find a nice 90-degree bend in the ankle here, and 90-degree bend here, and a 90-degree bend from the hip as well. When we come back up out of this, we want to drive from the heel, pressing through, squeezing the glute, right? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to reverse back down. Again, 90-degree angles all the way around and back up. So that's going to count for 1. So down, up, that's 2 reps. We're going through 20 repetitions, all right? Then we're moving into a push-up position. Now, from there, we're gonna drop right down in the push-up. As we come down this way, we wanna have a nice tight core. We don't wanna be sagging in the middle, and we certainly don't wanna be stink bugging. So our hands are gonna be placed directly below the shoulders. As we come down, we're gonna squeeze our glutes, keeping our core engaged nice and tight. We come down, keeping the elbows tight against the sides of the body. We don't wanna flare them out. We keep them nice and tight, keeping a tight core, and back up we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, and so on. Scaling option for this, place your knees on the floor, keep squeezing your glutes, keep that core engaged, and we come down, still keeping the elbows back and up, just like such. From there, we're going to move into double unders or single unders or jumping jacks. So this is the scaling variation for this. So with your double unders, you're going to need your jump rope. You're going to go through and do 30 double unders. You know me, I'm going to step it up a notch here. I'm going to say you got to do 60 single unders if you're not doing the doubles, okay? Now, it's up to your coach's discretion in your team, but my team, if you're not doing doubles, you're doing double the number. So you're going to do 60 single unders. If you don't have a jump rope, that's all right. We can scale this with a jumping jack, okay? So 30 double unders, 60 single unders, or I'm going to go with 60 jumping jacks as well. So we're going to do that for 15 minutes. Let's talk about any equipment that you could use for this. Because we have the asterisk and we can step it up a notch, no big deal. We can weight this. So we're going to need some open space for the work. We're going to need a jump rope, unless we're going to do jumping jacks in that place. If we're going to step up the body weight for the lunges, we can use dumbbells, holding them to our sides as we're doing our reverse lunges. So as we come back and up, like such, we can turn around and we can use a kettlebell. If you're holding on to kettlebells, you can do the same thing. We can use a weight vest if you have access to one of those, or we can even go as so far as to just use a backpack and we can load some weight into it. Do a couple of things. I've got some towels that I've loaded in here. So we'll take a kettlebell, we'll load that in there, throw the towels in on top to stuff the backpack. That way the weight doesn't shift around too much. Go ahead and throw that backpack on. Untwist it. Make sure those straps are on nice and tight, and then go ahead with those reverse lunges, just like such. All right, so those are your scaling options if we want to scale up or down. Now, from there, after that one's done, we've got another 5-minute workout. This is going to be an AMRAP. Okay, so we're going to do this every minute on the minute. So remember when I was talking about that app? Let's get into that app. Okay, so here we go. Kind of self-explanatory. However, we're going to go to the EMOM setting, and it's going to ask every minute for how many minutes. So in this one, we're going for 5 minutes. So we're going to change that to a 5. We'll just scroll down to 5. And there we go. Once we go to get started, it's going to count down from 10, and then it's going to get started, and it's going to let us know when every minute is up. So as we're going through this workout, every minute we've got to do 3 burpees and 5 sit-ups. So at the top of every minute we get started. Whoops. And we're going to pause that. And it's just going to keep on going and going and going until I completely back out of it. Okay, there we go. So anyway, we're talking about burpees. So with a burpee, we're going to come down to the floor. We're going to jump our feet back. We're going to come down to the floor so our hips and our chest are on the floor. Then we're going to bring ourselves back up, jump the feet to the hands, and then we're going to come straight up, right? So back, down, here, and up. Back, down, and up. I want to see full extension. If we're not jumping, I at least want full extension, no lazy burpees. Now, if we need a scaling option for the burpees, and that's just a little bit too much for us, what we can do are called up downs. So instead of going all the way to the floor, we simply come to the floor with our hands, we jump back into a plank position, and then we bring our hands back, or our feet back to our hands, and then stand up tall, full extension, standing upright. 1, and up. Back, and up. From there, we're going to go into sit-ups. So if you have an ab mat, this helps. If you have something to put down on the ground so it's nice and cush, that is obviously better, but we're going to come on down here with the sit-ups. A couple of different variations. We can keep our legs all the way out, as we come up, the important part of the sit-up is our shoulders need to pass that straight up and down line. So what we're looking for is shoulders touch the ground, and as we come all the way up, we pass that 90-degree point. We pass the vertical line. If you want to put your feet together like a butterfly sit-up, and we sit here like this, we want to reach through like such. If you want to have your knees up, that's fine too. Just make sure that we're passing that vertical line as we do the sit-up itself. So 3 burpees and 5 sit-ups every minute for 5 minutes. After that, we've got your option. We're going into, there's no measure on this as far as time constraint. There's no score on it per se, but you get to choose one. We're gonna run or jog for 8 minutes. We're gonna get you outdoors. The weather's been great. There's no reason to sit inside all day long. Just because some businesses are closed and some of us have to stay home from work doesn't mean that we can't get outside. So let's get outside and let's go run or jog for 8 minutes. We can walk for 20 minutes as an option, or jump on the bike and go take a 30-minute long bike ride. Get out, enjoy the fresh air, and just get out of the house in general. So to start this all off, let's go into the warm-up and let's get this going. So for our warm-up, we're gonna start with mountain climbers. We've got 3 rounds. We're gonna do 20 mountain climbers. We come down into a plank position. From here, we're gonna bring our leg up through the middle and make sure our knee comes all the way up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple of key things we want to look for. We don't want to stay up real high, right? And we don't want to bring our legs to the outside. We want to stay to the inside. Keep that core nice and tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go through 20, then we're going to go into 5 push-ups. All the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. If we're scaling those, let's go to the knees. Down, up, down, up. From there, we'll go into sit-ups. Again, passing that vertical plane, making sure that the shoulders pass the hips for 5, and then moving into 10 lunges. With these lunges, we're doing forward lunges. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, or shoot us a text message on the Facebook page, or reach out to your coach via text message or whatever platform you guys are using to communicate. Hopefully I've got everything covered here for you. This is Coach Rob signing off from the Garage Gym. Have fun. Don't forget to log your scores in Wodify. Have fun. We'll see you tomorrow night.